So today, lads, we're going to be talking a little bit about Unrivaled because at the end of the day, it is one of those leagues where I mean this when I say this. People can't just be going out there and saying like this is an actual statement I've heard from somebody from like prominent member of in the WNBA media. The purpose of Unrivaled isn't to be a competitive or isn't to get high viewership. The purpose of Unrivaled is to develop players and make sure they make a bunch of money and stay in America. The fact is that they're probably correct. But you can't say that out loud. Because, do you want to know why? Because there are a lot of people who've put in a lot of money, tens of millions of dollars, into this league under the assumption that this league is going to make them money. Like, the investors aren't burning money. People are like, they're investing. Big word is investing. They don't want the league to burn money. TNT, I'd say, are sitting there hearing this shit being like, why did we spend $30 million on a league when the players don't even want to be competitive with each other? Well, let's take a react to this article from the New York Post. So, this is an article about Unrivaled's success may come down to second season viewership. And this year, making a successful sequel is hard. Many fail to live up to the hype on the heels of what was considered a wildly successful inaugural season. And I wouldn't say wildly successful inaugural season. And I don't think most people wouldn't use the word wildly successful, but it wasn't a train wreck. Like, we can say the viewership wasn't what we'd hoped, but there were flashes. The 1v1 tournament, honestly, there were genuinely some of the games with Angel Reese, the social media clicks, not necessarily from the games, but the social media hype of the league kind of makes up in a little bit of way for TV ratings. Like, I think there was optimism. I don't think we can say it was wildly successful, but I could say there was long-term optimism. Whereas this year, objectively, the product has gotten worse. It has gotten worse. The players care less. The quality of players has been diluted. The names have been diluted. And the on-court product is not as good because players are now realizing people are caring less. So you're now watching a situation where you guys haven't seen a couple of games where people are running in open layups. Like, Aaliyah Edwards is basically pick, roll, open layup. Pick, roll, open layup. Pick, roll, open layup. Because they don't even have to really guard Aaliyah Edwards because her team's going to lose anyway because they don't try. Like, there are teams there are teams that I would question whether or not they're trying to win. I think they might be going to try out and go out and get theirs and develop. I have no question about it. It said here, while launched a year ago, Curiosity of 3v3 featuring 36, the FanFest outside Sephora Arena ahead of the January 20th, 2025 debut looked like a mosh pit. A sold out crowd of 870. Players described playing experience electric, very intimate setting, smaller venue. The novelty and rival have fueled year one, yada yada. Stakes are becoming bigger too, especially Project B. I don't think Project B really means anything. These are both gimmick leagues. Like, I genuinely think if one of them invested and set up teams, you don't even need to set up teams across America. You could very well just put them in different fucking cities in the same state. I'm just trying to think. You could just get an investor to call it, I don't know, the Texas Basketball League, where they're in a bunch of cities in Texas. They're in maybe not NBA arenas, but like 5, 6, 7,000 seater stadiums, and it's 6 teams of 10 players on each team. You have 60 players, like what they're doing in Project B, except you keep them in America, and you just say fuck it. Like, instead of doing what they're doing, where it's all just in one arena in Miami, maybe you just keep them all in Texas. You have all these cities. And we can just, the travel can be fucking, I don't know how big, Texas is huge. Travel can be like small charter planes. It doesn't cost that much. But it says here, Unrivaled is bigger than a year ago. It created 2 more teams, signed 54 players. The problem is that no developmental player has played yet. They have all these developmental players signed. None of them have played yet. It expanded its Miami campus too, adding an additional court and weight room to the facility. That is unpopular opinion. That's fucking irrelevant to whether or not the league succeeds. The players having an extra having an additional weight room. The players having an extra weight room is irrelevant to the success of the league. League also decided to take the show on the road this season, playing 2 games in Philly. It'll sell out because there's like 1,000 people. Pair of primetime games average 175k viewers. The 4-game slate overall average 107k. Do you know what that means? It means the first two games, if the primetime games average 175k and they have 70k less, it means the first two games of Unrivaled, which again, we're at a bad time, averaged 30,000 viewers. 30,000 viewers. The opening night, the regular season game average viewership was 208k. They haven't even nearly hit that number. And by the way, I have to say, the only thing keeping this league alive is Paige Bueckers. Paige Bueckers is the only thing keeping this league alive. If you look online, at the online streams, Paige Bueckers plays, there's 4,000 to 5,000 people watching. There are a lot of people watching if Paige plays. If Paige doesn't play, it's under 2,000. Maybe on a lead-in, like, in terms of percentage increase, the percentage increase to the online streams for Paige Bueckers in Unrivaled is an equivalent percentage-wise to Caitlin Clark in the WNBA. That being said, like, if Caitlin Clark was playing in Unrivaled, those 2,000 viewers would be 100,000, or those 5,000 would go up to 100,000. In terms of percentage, Paige Bueckers trebles the viewership online. It says here, Steward acknowledged Saturday night just how important TV ratings be. Obviously, we want them to be consistently high, no matter if we're playing Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Monday. And know we have space on our own here in the league of sports. Steward said, people aren't typically used to seeing women's professional basketball this time unless you're watching EuroLeague or something like that, so ratings is a huge one. Like, come on. Like, you can't basically like being like, oh, you know, the reason why our ratings are low is people just aren't used to women's basketball this time of the year. Like, okay. People until 2024 realistically didn't watch women's basketball during the summer when it was meant to be on. Like, when it's always been on. Like, it is what it is. It is what it is. And like the college ratings are okay. Like, you're getting killed by college. Like, absolutely killed by college. And like, I understand, like, the tournament is different. Like, you're always going to get killed on the women's side you're always going to get killed by the NCAA tournament. Like, it is what it is. You will always be killed by the tournament. That being said, you're getting killed by random ass college games. Like, there are random college games that are destroying the WNBA in viewership. But Unrivaled builds a league found by players, is a singular way it operates. Players at a larger shareholder group receive 50% of their league's gross revenue. League claimed a year ago to pay the highest salaries women's team sports. It won't even be in the stratosphere of the WNBA's new CBA, even the one they've currently offered. The average salary of the inaugural 8-week season was $220K. Figures estimate to be 83% more than WNBA's average salary. I don't know how true that number is. I actually don't, because Satu Sabali said that her salary in the WNBA last year was greater than her Unrivaled salary. She made $214K. And you would assume Satu Sabali, at worst, was a median player. Unless, of course, the average salary being $220K is that most players are getting somewhere between 120 and 180K, but fucking Breanna got paid 1.5 million, Angel got paid 800K, Stewie and Fee got paid $1 million each. Like, if there's 5 or 6 players that are getting paid close to $1 million, then that makes sense for the average salary. But like the medians, there's no way the median salary is 220K. There was no way of that. No way, like, the median salary was there. But the league has put an emphasis on player development as part of the women's game that is often overlooked because of the year-round nature of the game. That unpopular opinion, that is irrelevant. Like, I'm sorry. Like, why would I watch, like, for lack of a better way, training camp for players that why would we be, we're essentially, they're pitching it as we're watching basically player individual workouts. Like, if they're not talking about it as a competitive league, and I don't like as well on social media, everyone's like, oh, it's so great. There's none of the bullshit with the WNBA. Like, you can look, all the players are getting along. Why do we want the players to be getting along? Like, why do we want all these players to be friends with each other? Like, I'm sorry, what are we doing? Like, they play against each other one night in like a heated matchup, and the next night they're sitting together, smiling together courtside, and I'm like, no, you don't want to see that. You don't. It's fair enough that the players are all friends with each other, but a culture of zero competitiveness. And by the way, you've lost Skylar Diggins, you've lost Angel Reese, you've lost like Kayla McBride, the last of the, like, I would call freak and but Alyssa Thomas at times can be that freak competitor, but the last, like, the freak, well, Skylar Diggins obviously is still there, but Skylar Diggins has been injured. It's at the stage now where I'm like, it doesn't even seem like there are any freak competitors left in a league what's meant to be a competitive sports league. And that, for me, is the biggest problem with Unrivaled, is that the players are not treating this as if it's a competitive sports league. And the games don't matter. It is the players are treating it what it's being pitched as. Oh yeah, you can make more money staying in America and playing in EuroLeague, and you can work out. And it seems like the media thinks because, oh look, isn't it great that the players can work on their game in the off season, that has any relevance to the success of the league. I'm sorry, like, what are we, like, it's what? So players can work on their game for a league that may not exist in the WNBA? Like, what are we doing? Well, genuinely, what are we doing? Like, Unrivaled needs to think about this. Does it want to be a league that the players that are in Unrivaled at the minute can make a bunch of money while not having to go overseas, take a bunch of investors' money, leave those investors with nothing, and then in 3 to 4 years' time, when the league falls apart, say, oh, it is what it is, we'll go back to playing overseas, or Project B might work, or some other dumb investor might give us money? Or does it want to be there long term? Because in its current format, Unrivaled will not last more than 5 years. It will not last more than 5 years. And by the way, that is being generous saying 5 years. Because it is absolutely crazy. It's absolutely crazy, the fact that we hear the media saying the ratings don't matter. The ratings don't matter. Like, it is what it is.